Hey guys, what is up? Here to review a very long overdue review for the most anticipated film of 2016. Wait for it. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, second installment in DC Extended Universe, sequel to Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder, written by Chris Terrio and David S. Goyer. Oh, if I get any names wrong, comment below the proper pronunciation. Stars: Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, whatever. Amy Adams, Jesse Eisenberg, Diane Lane, Lawrence Fishburne, Jeremy Irons, Holly Hunter, Gal Gadot. Also has Michael Shannon. Cameo. And this is set after the events of Man. This movie is set after the events of Man of Steel. After all the destruction caused in Metropolis by Superman and Zod, some people are divided on what they think about Superman. Some people believe he's a god and savior, while some other people think that he's kind of like he's a destructive psycho that will destroy all of mankind. And one people on that side is Batman. Because unfortunately he lost some of his fame. Because unfortunately he lost it. Because in Metropolis he unfortunately lost some people that he knew, and he now has been dead. He now has and of course he wants revenge, so he's gonna try and kill Superman. However, there's also some stuff involving Lex Luthor and also Superman, and of course a rivalry starts between Batman and Superman, and we have our movie. Now, this is something that comic fans have been wanting to see for decades. I mean, this is something, we've always wanted to see Batman and Superman fight, two iconic superheroes going at each other. Cool, huh? But here's the thing. I never was on the bandwagon. You guys know my most anticipated films 2016 review. Video I put this at skeptical about because unfortunately I couldn't get excited for it. I'm sorry, hate me all you want for not being excited for it, but that's the truth. I really could not get excited for it because guess what? It just wasn't hitting for me. Because it just really wasn't impressing me. Now, I enjoyed Man of Steel, but it's been a while since I see it because the last time I saw it was in theaters. And that was 3 years ago. Shit. I don't know, I enjoyed it, but one thing's for sure, I didn't really like all the excessive destruction. I'm not a fan of that stuff, that never really worked with me. Hell, I actually watched the season 1 finale to the Powerpuff Girls on Netflix. Yes, I'm watching the show now. I'm really enjoying it. It's actually really entertaining. I like the style, the hyperkinetic style. Also, it's fast-paced, it's animation. It's just a lot of fun to watch. Mr. Enter watches it, so he's a dude also. Also, the show was created by a dude. I like it. Moving on. Anyway, yeah, the season 1 finale had a lot of destruction, and I wasn't a big fan of that either. I enjoyed the finale, but I don't know, the finale just rubs me the wrong way. Maybe it's a personal thing that bothers me. Maybe it doesn't really matter in terms of context, but I don't know. It's something that kind of gets on my nerves. Yeah, Man of Steel had a lot of destruction. I enjoyed the movie, but I probably need to go back and watch it again. And there was a lot that I was worried about because even though the Comic-Con trailer was pretty good, and I did like the final trailer, that one trailer, which I'm going to brand the spoiler trailer because that's what it was, it basically told what was going to happen, basically the basic plot points. It showed basic plot points of the movies. They showed way too much, and I was getting concerned like, oh god, this movie's going to play out like it isn't it? Also, this movie felt like it was going to be, it felt like it was going to be overstuffed, and also I wasn't really digging, also I really couldn't really, I was concerned about Lex Luthor. Now, we also had a lot of controversy surrounding the casting of Ben Affleck as Batman, and, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. The reason Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, there's no Christian Bale, because the Dark Knight universe and the DC Extended Universe are separate. That was Nolan's idea. And I'm fine with that. It makes more sense in terms of context, because the Dark Knight is grounded in reality. Man of Steel really isn't. You have an alien as a superhero, okay? That alone just makes it they wouldn't mesh. Anyways. Yeah, and also the reviews coming out didn't really help me. It didn't really impress me at all. Big as an opening weekend as it was, also the second weekend was a massive drop. Not surprised. I guess it's actually a little surprising, but at the same time not extremely surprised because of, the fact is it is, because because there's this thing called word of mouth. Yeah, I really couldn't get excited for it. I was way concerned all the time. I had some hope though because the movie was going to be long, which I think could help balance out all these characters and all these plot elements. Also, it was written by Also, the script was rewritten by Chris Terrio, who wrote Argo, which was a great movie, which was directed by Ben Affleck. Also starred him as well, but whatever. I had hope. And I came to this movie a little worried, and coming out of it, it's okay. I know some people are thinking you have to love or hate this film, but I'm down the middle on it. And to be honest, that's a stupid idea. Enough with the black and white fallacy. You know, people can be divided on a film. This is one of the most divisive films of the year, and it's going to remain divisive forever because no one's going to agree on this film. People are divided on it for a lot of reasons. So, yeah, this is a film that's not going to agree with everybody. Some people are going to love it, some people hate it, some people are down the middle on it, and I'm one of those people who are down the middle on it. So, let's get into my positives. The cast for the most part. Ben Affleck as Batman. I took some notes just in case I refer to them, just in case I need them. He's the best combat-wise because, one, the hand-to-hand combat is a lot better than the Dark Knight series and the Tim Burton films. Well, the Burton Schumacher films. Yeah, easy. My favorite Batman though, probably not. I'm probably gonna go Christian Bale. It's been a while since I've seen the Tim Burton films and of course the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm going to rewatch them again. Hopefully, I will enjoy them. I mean, hopefully, I can get like a not enjoy them. Yes, I'll enjoy the Burton films and of course, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy. What the hell am I saying? What I mean is that maybe I can get like a stronger maybe build like some sort of stronger argument, but whatever. It's not necessary at the time. Ben Affleck makes the role his own. He's a lot, you know, he's much more aged. He's, you know, once again, like the other characters, dark and brooding. Also, you know, you really see like this darker side to the character. I mean, he kills people. Yeah, he kills people. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, this is a really much more harsh and much more Batman that's, like, far from what that he's not even the same Batman he used to be. And we don't really, and, you know, there's some hints at what caused him to do that, you know, with the Robin costume with the Joker graffiti on it. Possibly. I don't know. They don't really explain that. Not even through some exposition, but whatever. Yeah, he's good as Batman. The combat is very good, and he's good in the combat scenes, but also, he really delivers a lot to the role. He makes the role his own. And I have to say, it's nice seeing a Batman that's much more dark brooding, also a lot more, I don't know exactly how to describe him, but he is a lot more darker. He's a lot more angrier, I guess you could say, than Keaton and Bale. Jeremy Irons is Alfred, great as well. You can see that you know, with the dynamic between Bruce and Alfred, you definitely see that there is a connection between these two. But at the same time, you can definitely see that they're kind of a little bit apart because of, you know, some events that have come up. Jeremy Irons, I like him as Alfred. You know, he's snarkier as well. He's snarkier, and also he kind of helps him in the action. You know what I'm talking about. I like him in the scenes. You know, I like him, and I do like, and they have a good dynamic. And of course, you know, Affleck and Irons have a good dynamic. You know, it's nice seeing a bit more about that's more snarkier and a lot more angrier, much more grim and downbeat. So, yeah, downbeat. That's a much better way to describe it. This film's downbeat, but whatever. Cavill as Superman, he's fine. I do wish that, you know, I mean, I'll get to some qualms about his performance in the cons, but overall, I think he's fine. You can't be Christopher Reeve. I mean, you can't. The guy made the role legendary, but you know, you can make something work. You can make yourself worthy. How you can give yourself a worthy performance or something like that. I don't know. He's fine. He delivers his lines competently. No one gives like a truly bad performance here, but not a lot of the cast give bad performances. But I will say that I do like him. I thought he was fine, but he's nothing great. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She's pretty cool. Nice seeing more female badasses more female action heroes these days. You know, in fact, we're getting another one, Rogue One. I'll talk about that trailer soon. Man, I want more female heroines. Seriously, does it hurt to have that? I like strong female characters. You know, I love Furiosa. She's my favorite action. She's actually my favorite female action hero of this decade so far. Favorite of all time is Ripley from Aliens. Come on, she set the standard. Anyways, I liked her. She didn't have much to do. Whenever she spoke, she sounded fine. Nothing wrong with her voice, obviously. She's pretty good in the combat, though. I mean, when it comes to combat, everyone does a good job here. Amy Adams is Lois Lane. She's fine, but I'll get to more about her character in the cons. Holly Hunter was pretty good as a U.S. senator. I thought she was pretty good. She definitely is. She definitely I mean, I liked her, I guess. I can't really describe her that well. I mean, she has. I mean, yeah, it's hard to describe some of these performances sometimes. She adds a lot. I mean, she overall, she has a bit. I don't know. I can't really describe her. I thought she was good. That's it. Like, yeah, and I'm frustrated because I do. Yeah, I was a little frustrated there because I'm just trying to talk about some things. Sometimes I just can't really talk about everything. Also, I did like Diane Lane as Martha. She adds moments of heart. She does add some heart to the film. And same for Kevin Costner and his cameo. He makes a cameo in the film as Jonathan Kent. And I thought he had this one moment that I thought was actually pretty good. Yeah, he does add some heart to it. Also, I do like, for the most part, I do like the score from Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer. I mean, it's sad that Hans Zimmer is retiring from superhero films, but it's nice that he's still working with, still composing. And I like that he's also still composing with Christopher Nolan on his new film Dunkirk. So excited, obviously, because I mean it's Christopher Nolan. Anyways, yeah, I do like the score. I like, when it comes to Junkie XL, I don't know. I have seen his score like for Divergent, nothing great. If there's any scores I love from him, it's definitely one from Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, like, it was just the right score, chaotic and bombastic. It just fits the tone of the movie. And here it works pretty good, except for like one track that I wasn't a big fan of. I'll get to that in my cons as well. The score for the most part is pretty good. I do like the Man of Steel theme. I thought it's pretty good. Batman's theme is also pretty good as well. It's nice. It's a nice looking movie. It's well shot. It has a nice appealing color palette to it, I guess. I mean, it can be a little bit too dark, I guess. Maybe a little too dark, but I still like it. It's appealing. It's nice to look at. It's really nice to look at. Also, the visual effects for the most part are really good. For the most part, they're pretty good. Also, I do like the action. The action is very entertaining to watch. There's a cool Batmobile chase, that warehouse fight you may have seen in the trailers. That was really cool. Seriously, that's when you realize that it really showcases Batman at his best in terms of combat. Really, I mean, this is the best Batman in terms of hand-to-hand combat. I don't hate the ones in the Burton films, and of course in the Dark Knight trilogy. But let's just say they don't really have that same flair and energy to it as this. And I know some people compare it to the Arkham games. I've played Arkham Asylum, and I've never finished it because I'm stuck on one part, and I don't own the game. I would like to though, because here's the thing: I was really involved in that game. Also, I have yet to get the game. I've yet to receive Arkham City and Asylum and Arkham Knight in the mail from GameFly. Although I don't own an Xbox One, so how could I get Arkham Knight? I probably need an Xbox One sometime. I have an Xbox 360 PS3, but I don't really use it because the design of the Super Slim's horrible. Side note. Yeah, the combat is really good. Also, the fight between Batman and Superman, which we've all been excited for, I have some issues with it, but the fight overall, it's entertaining. The choreography is good, and they do seemingly match, because of the gadgets Batman uses to get his advantage, for an advantage over Superman. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying not to spoil too much here, but the fight is fun. The choreography once again is good. It's well shot. It's fun to watch. There's also another fight after that Wall had to throw a henchman. I did enjoy it. It's well done. None of the fights are particularly bad. Also, the opening in Metropolis is really good. Batman just like driving out to Wayne Enterprises building, and all that was well done. It was well done, and I do like showing it from Batman's point of view, showing the fight from Batman's point of view, because you really get an understanding of how it affected him, and you understand his motivation. Yeah, I mean, the motivation is not as great as it could be, but it works. You get Batman's motivation for going after Superman. I'm going to go to my notes and see if I missed anything. There's also a desert scene, which you may have seen one of the trailers involving Superman soldiers. Let me go ahead and say that it's fun, I guess. There was this one scene where Batman does fight Superman soldiers, and it's like, the camera sometimes, just like, it's all one take there. It's actually pretty cool. I actually liked it a lot. Also, there's demons flying in the background. In case you want to know, yeah, it's a dream sequence. Sorry if I spoiled that for you, but it is a dream sequence. Superman soldiers, really? But that makes sense in the world that they live in. That seems a bit too odd. What else I like? Uh, what else? What else? What else? Ow. Ouch. Sorry. Ow. Sorry, I think it's like a zit on my neck. Why did I say that? Really thinking hard here, people. And there are moments where it shines in terms of story. You know, there are some moments of substance to it, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what much to say about it. There are some moments where I am kind of engaged in the film, and I was never bored throughout it. I kept my eyes glued to the screen. I didn't want to fall asleep or leave the theater. I just thought, hey. Alright. So let's get to my cons. Yeah, this movie is a mess. The first half is just way too messy. There's just too many plot points we're trying to cover, and thus, when it cuts from plot point to plot point, it's too messy. There's no flow or any real sense of real transition from one scene to the other. Sometimes it feels really choppy. Oh yeah, like I was about to say, let's go back to my positives for a minute. There are a few surprises because really what I thought they were really trying to sell this time was they were really trying to avoid what was happening between all the major plot points. And there are a few surprises, I guess, but overall nothing amazing. There are a few surprises. And I can't get into them because of spoilers. Maybe I should start doing spoiler reviews for once. Tell Cloverfield Lane, this. What else could I do spoiler reviews for? I don't know. But anyways, let's continue on. Yeah. So let's just say this movie is not very balanced well. And I think the main problem is that this film is overstuffed. You know, even at 2.5 hours, they don't use the length very effectively. And I think this movie could have been longer. And yes, there is a director's cut that is going to be rated R and is going to be over 3 hours. Can someone tell me, like, is there anything missing from there that's essential to the movie, or does it improve in any way in terms of, like, narrative flow or anything like that? Because this movie is just choppy in the first half. Also, it feels like a little bit like two different movies sometimes. The first half, it feels more like a drama with some action thrown in there sometimes. It does feel like more like a drama when you think about it because, you know, you get the idea. Because there really isn't a lot of action that happens in it, and it's all more about, like, it feels more like a drama in all honesty. And then the second half, it feels more like an action extravaganza. Like all special effects and crazy action over the top and shit. I don't mind that as long as it can work, but here, that's where I think this kind of film falters. Because I sometimes like the tone transition from one tone, from one part. Like this film, it feels like two different movies, and it kind of makes sense involving the title. Yes, one part of it is Batman and Superman fighting, but another part is setting up the Justice League. This film is bogged down by franchise setup. There's too much of it. And it also has to do with the fact that they're overselling with characters. To be honest, I think there should be studio mandates here. One, don't make trailers that are spoiled too much. Leave some surprises for the audience. Please, we don't want everything spoiled to us. Try and sell us the film without showing too much. Go back and watch some of the greatest trailers ever made and analyze and understand what do they do right. What makes them work where others like the spoiler trailer fail. There are some dodgy special effects shots, but there's not that many, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, you know that fight that takes place after the Batman Superman fight? Yeah, that's involving a throwaway henchman. That's really sad. They could have saved him for another film. But instead, no. They don't think that. Why? They throw too many characters on the screen. This is just to appease fanboys. It doesn't really work in terms of any real context, and it doesn't really balance out well. This film is not very balanced in the first half. Second half, it all comes together, but it's still, that doesn't make up for a choppy first half. Let me just tell you that. Yeah, I swear, if you had ADD, this is not the film for you. The first half is not for you. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean the first half you'd be lost in the first half, and you'd probably be a little bit more caught up in the second half. Yeah, but this film is not very balanced the first half. It kind of cuts a little bit too much. And I don't mean like in terms of editing cuts, but it cut from involving plot point to plot point. There's no real transition between the two. It doesn't feel seamless, and it doesn't flow well. It's kind of choppy at points. There's too much going on. The problem is, even the 2.5 hour length, they don't use it to its full extent, and unfortunately, I think it should have been longer. Or how about this? Cut out the characters that don't really need to be in the film. Sorry, my ear. I was with my ear today. Blocked up, I think. Yeah, Wonder Woman, did she need to be in this film? No. She's there to help Batman Superman in this one fight. And she looks at an email, which is a lazy setup for the Justice League. The cameos are actually not too bad, but let me just say, no. It's a lazy setup. I feel like these filmmakers need to stop setting up a world here. Don't focus too much on it. You need to focus on telling your story. Make the film like you're making it. It doesn't feel like a film. It feels more like an advertisement for future films. I understand what you're trying to do, but this feels more like a desperate attempt to catch up with Marvel so quickly. How come this work with Marvel where it seems to be faltering here? Hopefully it picks up, but whatever. Because Marvel did a lot of solo films to set up for the Avengers. Now, did Iron Man 2 suffer from setup? Yes, there's too much going on there as well. Sorry, it's my left ear. It's clogged for some reason. See, the films we had before the first Avengers were Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America: The First Avenger. And then we got the Avengers. Here's how it's working out here with DC. We got Man of Steel, Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and Justice League Part 1. We're getting Part 2 next year. Yeah, great. I know you have a ton of films. I know you have like several films before that, but it feels like this is a desperate attempt to catch up and just set up the world and then just move on from there. Sorry, that is not very effective. They gotta stop throwing stuff in there because the film feels unbalanced. It doesn't really work at all because there's too much going on and it tries to handle too much and it doesn't work as a whole. It comes off as hard to follow and it comes off messy. This film is a mess sometimes. This story's a mess. It just doesn't really work. There's just no flow. And like I said, there's too much going on and it doesn't balance out. What is missing? Like, is there some stuff missing from this film that's on the R-rated cut? I want to know. Let's talk about the Batman v Superman fight. Yeah, the ending is abrupt. This fight lasts like 5-10 minutes, and here's the problem. It ends abruptly. It has it's just a Deus Ex Machina, and I get the idea, I get the intention, but the execution is poor. Intention and execution are two completely different things, but I don't think I should say that. I don't think I need to say that. Yeah, that was a mess. It was too abrupt. You know, that's your main sell, and I think you want it to be as long as you can, make it feel climactic, but it feels anticlimactic, which is very upsetting. I like the fight, but man, it's cut too short. And yeah, the other one, throwaway henchman, like I said. The design of that henchman, whatever. I don't mind. I don't hate it. It makes sense in context, but I don't really care. CGI work on him is not too bad. Maybe the design's underwhelming, but whatever. There's also the ending takes a little long to end, I guess. Also, they do this one thing that was risky, but they don't follow through with it till the end of the film. They hint at something at the end, and then the film ends. Yeah, they don't follow through with it. It would have been nice to save it for the next film, Justice League. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. I should really start doing spoiler reviews. Anyways, yeah. Oh, let's talk about the villains. Or really just villain. Yeah, Lex Luthor. Not really. I don't hate Jesse Eisenberg. I think he's okay. He came off to me as a cartoon. Here's the thing with this movie. The movie is very overly serious and grim, and I'm not a fan of that. You don't need to do that. That's not what makes that's not what made the Dark Knight trilogy successful, because it had Dark Knight trilogy succeeded because it had a layered story. It was grounded in reality because of setting, not tone. It's the setting that makes it realistic, not the tone. That's ridiculous. Great performances, well-developed layered characters, great production values. Along with many other things. I mean, it suffered because it had great filmmaking behind it. Not like, the superficial crap, like visual crap. The movie is well shot, don't get me wrong, but let me just say, the dark tone, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. What is with my ear? I don't know what's with my left ear today. I really don't know what it is. Let me just say, yeah, not really a fan of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. Yeah, the way he acts is extremely eccentric and over the top. It comes off as comical. He has his moments where he does shine because he actually comes off kind of threatening, but unfortunately, it's when he's talking, when he's acting eccentric and all crazy, kind of like how like Jesse Eisenberg's kind of made fun of for. He is a good actor though. I do like Jesse Eisenberg. I love him in The Social Network, and he can deliver a good performance. But let me just say, yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it's how the character is written, the actor himself, or a combination of the two, which is a really awful combination. I don't know. The character is way too over the top, and he comes off to me as a cartoon. Also, he really isn't that strong of a villain anyway because he doesn't really get to do much. I don't know. He does do some things, but he didn't come. But however, it's really how he acts that makes him come off not very threatening, and I just don't really care for him much as a villain. He kind of sucks. Cavill, yeah, I'd like for some more improvements in terms of emotion. Some of these characters seem to lack personality in some way, and I would have liked for some more emotion out of you. Because there's one scene that I can't really talk about, like something horrible happens, and the way he reacts, not enough emotion to it, which didn't really work for me. It kind of bothered me. Also, Batman's origin story, do you need to see that again? No. They over rely on slow motion there, but I don't mind it. It actually works because if it was too quick, it wouldn't work. Do we need to see Batman's origin story? Well, they didn't rely on it too long. They kind of got the basics around and they kind of moved on from that. But let me just say, we didn't need it either way because we already know what's happening. And to be honest, you don't need to keep setting up a character that way through origin story, through his origin. You don't need to. I have to say, I do find it kind of, don't you think Batman is a little hypocritical when criticizing Superman for killing people, even though he kills people? Now, I know some people may want to override it, may want to contradict me saying that, well, Batman kills bad people, but Superman unintentionally killed innocent people. They're killing nonetheless. So that still comes off to me as quite hypocritical. I mean, really? And also, it really isn't very compelling. This film is very style over substance. And I have to say, there was a lot of potential for something great here. There is a great film here somewhere. Some people have said it's a great film. I don't see it. Can someone elaborate with that me in the comment section? I know Kevin Miller, who created the channel C and IMAX, loves it. Great for him, but I just don't see it. Sorry. You know, I just really can't say much about that. It's really disappointing that, there's a lot of wasted potential here, you want a great film. I did not want to hate this film. I wanted to love it. But Jesus, I just couldn't. There's too much holding it back. Hold on, let me get my thing out. It's also very grim. I mean, there's not a lot of humor here. Like, sometimes it is, but there's not enough of it. Yeah, it takes itself a little too seriously for me. I'm kind of getting tired of that. Enough being too grim. It doesn't hurt to have moments of levity. What is with my ear? Sorry, it's really annoying me. One thing is for sure, I don't hate this movie. But man, there's so much holding it back. Lois Lane, she's a damsel in distress. She gets saved by Clark numerous times. She really has no point to the damn story sometimes. The dream sequences also feel like set up. I mean, they're not too bad. They're well made, I guess. I mean, so they're well made, I guess. Like, they don't look terrible, but yeah, not really necessary. It feels like franchise setup. This film is bought by franchise setup, and unfortunately, I'm getting tired of this. Save it for like post-credit scenes or something like that, or hint it at the end of the film. Don't do it like that. Not in the middle of your film. It just takes away. It just makes it come off as unfocused and cluttered. This is what this film is. It's unfocused and cluttered. What is with my goddamn ear? Sorry. One thing is for sure, I am getting tired of this shit. I'm hoping that this is the end of the worst for this franchise and there's nowhere to go but up here. Hoping this franchise really gains its footing because my god, you had a chance to really prove that this franchise, like, prove that you're a worthy rival to Marvel. But unfortunately, so far it's on rocky footing. Please tell me that it's going to improve with Suicide Squad, and yes, I'm actually excited for Suicide Squad because I have more trust in David Ayer. I know you're going to have me saying like, oh, you're excited for Suicide Squad, but you're not excited for Batman v Superman? Sorry, I have more trust in David Ayer. Could it be also a missed opportunity? Maybe. I don't know. If they fail, they could try again with Wonder Woman. If not, I'm not going to get excited anymore. I'm just going to hope for that it will find its footing one day. I really hope that this is the end of all hopefully that this is the worst to come from this franchise, and there's nowhere to go but up. Because I really find it kind of annoying that this is the best you could do. It does piss me off that I didn't love this film. I'm more upset what this film should have been. Not the film itself, but what it could have been. You know? Anyways, like, my head's not in the right place today. I'm all over the place. So is the story, but whatever. I just have to say, I am a bit sad that this film didn't turn out the way it should have. There's so much holding it back, too much franchise setup, and wow. These are professional filmmakers here. You expect this from amateurs, but not professionals. But hey, what do you expect? Or what do you want? Sometimes people do this. Sad. The franchise setup is pretty lazy, especially with the Justice League. And, you know, I wish they did better with it. Also, Wonder Woman's theme. Yeah, there's like an electric guitar riff, I think. Did that remind you of Spy Kids? I swear, it reminded me of Spy Kids. Because, you know, the score from Spy Kids, the soundtrack, it reminded me of that. Did anyone think that too? It felt out of place, too, with the tone. It just didn't work for me. I don't know, I don't hate it. But in terms of the tone, it's out of place. Yeah. This film's just a mess. There's too much holding it back. And I really wish they tried harder. Let's hope the R-rated director's cut is an improvement. Let's hope this franchise does find its footing soon. Because I'm getting tired of this. You know, some people might brand this the biggest disappointment of 2016. Because of all the insane hype around it. You know, you'd think they would deliver on this because this is something that people have been waiting decades for, and unfortunately, didn't completely deliver. What is with my left ear? Sorry this makes you grossed out, but I'm getting so tired. It's just my left ear keeps bothering me. So much potential wasted. This could have been a great film. It could have had a very emotionally, very powerful story. It could have been something great, but unfortunately, it didn't completely deliver. This is probably the biggest disappointment of 2016. I wasn't excited for it. Personally, it's not the biggest disappointment for me so far, but I don't know, it may be my biggest disappointment of 2016. Man, talk about wasted potential. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice gets a 2.5 out of 5. Oh, let's talk about the costume design as well. I like it. Nothing bad about it. The Superman costume looks fine. The Batman costume is pretty cool. The armor, fine with it. Nothing great, but I thought it was passable. The Wonder Woman costume, pretty good, I guess. The gadgets, the vehicles. Batman's gadgets are pretty cool. Also, I do like the Batmobile. It's pretty cool. Also, another thing, yes, they have a lot of excessive destruction again. You think they learned from that? They always keep saying like, oh, it's in uninhabited areas. Yeah, there's still a lot of destruction that happens. I mean, like, nuclear reactors blow up. For Christ's sake. They come off too destructive. Even if it's not in uninhabited areas, it's still destruction nonetheless. They also keep reminding you that it's in uninhabited areas. Yeah, you get it. You respond to the criticisms, but it doesn't make it any better. Yeah, I'm sick of the excessive destruction. It's really annoying to me. And Snyder's still doing this. Should Snyder direct Justice League movies? They're making them nonetheless. And, I'm just hoping that the script helps improve it. But I think his style could get in the way. I hope not. I really, really hope not. Let's hope for the best. I really hope this franchise finds footing soon. I want it to be good. I'm hoping the best for Suicide Squad because I do have trust in David Ayer and the cast, especially Jared Leto. That guy's a real method actor. Can't deny that. 2.5 out of 5. I know I just said it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I couldn't love it, and I really couldn't like it either. I don't know what to tell you. This film is all over the place. It's a mess. There's too much going on. Doesn't balance out well. Doesn't use its runtime very well, and I'm just tired of this stuff. I'm tired of seeing bad films. It's really annoying me, and I'm kind of more angry at what this film could have been. It just didn't achieve it. Anyways, guys, it's my review for Batman Superman Dawn of Justice. Comment below what you think of the film. Are you down the middle on it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Can you explain to me why you love it? Can you please give me some constructive comments? I just don't want any trollers or any people giving me superficial comments or any fanboys in the comment section. First off, be civil about it, but also try and give me some constructive comments because it's much easier to understand because, I like to have some, because I'm sick of hearing the most superficial crap because it's not enough to convince me. It's your opinion nonetheless, but I don't know. If you like it, good. There's an audience for this and they love it. I'm just not part of it. I really hope for improvements in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Okay, I decided to do some additions to my review. Yeah, they never really elaborate why he even does that, why he kills people. And they never really, have anything any scenes kind of discussing that. Or, Alfred consoling him over that. Even through exposition. I don't get that. And yeah, I know there's some films that here's one thing. If you're gonna ask me if I'd rather watch Age of Ultron or this again, I'd rather watch Age of Ultron again. Age of Ultron at least had a good... Age of Ultron's a little bit different from this, but they both start from one issue. It's overstuffed. But Age of Ultron does a much better job balancing out. It's much more smoother, the action is great, it's a lot more entertaining. Also, I like the villain a lot better. Sure, his development is beyond rushed, but hey, he had a pretty good personality and he grew on me. So, yeah. Also, special effects are great. The action is just a lot of fun. I like the team dynamic. I like the performances from the cast. There's not one bad performance to be found here. Although you could probably say for some dodgy Russian accents from Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen. But other than that, I still enjoy the film. I like the film. I thought it was a lot of fun. And it just leaves a smile on my face. Also, I was much more engaged in the action. Batman Superman's not always that engaging because you can't really get involved in these characters. I really hope that they just get better from here on in because this could have started off 2016 with a bang. This could be the biggest film 2016. Nope. That's gonna be Captain America: Civil War, Star Wars, Rogue One, and X-Men: Apocalypse. These films are gonna be bigger in terms of box office success, and people are gonna look at them more fondly because guess what? These people are really trying to deliver here. X-Men has been really doing very good ever since Days of Future Past. Captain America, ever since Captain America Civil War, The Winter Soldier was great, and I really liked Age of Ultron, and it's hard for me to say anything else. Also, yeah, I like Deadpool. Yeah, I was really excited for all that stuff. I was really more excited for Deadpool than Batman Superman. I hope they try hard next time because I'm getting sick of this. And I'm done. See ya.